Let's get back to this screen. Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit farther and I'm going to move this window, hopefully up out of the way. Now let's change my name on there first though. Oh, here we go. Or rename. Okay. All right, so good evening. If you're on a little bit early, that's great. I'm just going to do a little bit of reviewing anyway, so fantastic. I'm Ann Matuszak with Pixologie. We are your photo estate creators. We talk about photo estate planning, but the truth of the matter is most of us need to start with creating the photo estate. We can't plan or organize what we haven't already put together. What does a photo estate look like? A photo estate can be boxes and bins and Rubbermaid tubs and bags and clothes baskets and stacks of framed photos. And it's all the things that tell the story of your family. And so Pixologie is here to help create that photo estate. And what we mean by create is curate and organize all of the analog and digital media and memorabilia and treasured documents that you currently have. We actually have a sheet on our website at pixologieinc.com that talks about all the pieces of your photo estate inventory. That may include simple things like printed photos or slides, reel-to-reel film, or VHS tapes or 8mm tapes or VHS-C cassettes, sometimes audio cassettes and records. But it also includes memorabilia. If you've been wondering what to do with all those years of children's art, we help curate that into what you might want to keep in a collection. If you have binders with genealogy research that only you have access to, that needs to be part of your photo estate. So we're going to take all of that, we're going to curate it, we're going to digitize, make a digital copy of everything, and then we're going to permanently, privately preserve it in a forever account. That forever account may be just for you personally, like the one you see in front of you right now. That is my family, my husband and I. Because I do all the training and because I do the work with the photos, my name is first. It's not anything else but that. And maybe you're creating a family archive, and so maybe it might say the Matuszak Family Archive that goes back for generations. But either way, what you're creating with our help, or maybe on your own, is a family legacy that you can enjoy today and you can celebrate and share for generations to come. So that is a photo estate. So if you see Pixologie photo estate planners or creators, or see our book at Amazon about creating a family photo estate, that's kind of the background of that. So when we dive into forever, we're kind of at the, wow, we've got it all organized and we've got it under control, almost sort of kinda. Because here's the truth of the matter. As long as you're alive, you're making memories. And as long as you're making memories, you want to be saving, sharing, and celebrating those memories. And so that's what we're doing with our forever accounts. So the first couple weeks, I have gone through working past this blue bar right here that really highlights the main parts of what your Forever Storage account is all about. And it's kind of funny when we think about it as storage, because yes, it is a cloud storage with triple redundancy for backups. And it's a place that everything is kept safe. But it's so much more than that. And I don't know if we're going to get all the way to print projects today, but we might. But just know that it's more than just a place that you put it away like a safety deposit box. This is an active, living, alive family legacy that can continue to grow and be shared. So we have talked in the past, just highlighting through here, your library is the place where everything lives. Maybe I'll back up one more step. Upper right-hand corner, there's a little icon that is your profile. If you've not added any photos yet, your profile is your initials or the first two capital letters of whatever you've named your account. If it were Matuszak Archive, it would say MA there. But I encourage you as soon as possible to upload at least one photo so that you can have a photo that is your profile picture, so that people, when they are searching for you, and we're going to talk about that a lot today, they can find you because they recognize you. And so many times people are just leaving it with their name, sometimes only their first name, which makes it impossible to connect with them. Next to your profile picture are these three little lines that some people call the hamburger. And this kind of repeats some of the same things that you see across the bar here. So skipping this top section, across the middle, you see library, albums, tags, da, 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 da. And here are those same things right here. The things that you see right in this top box are kind of the back office type things for your account. The account settings allows you to choose whether your account opens up in your library or in this page that I have right now, the profile view. Most of our clients choose to open up in the albums view because that's the most relevant. And the truth is that for most of us, the library view is completely overwhelming. So if you're looking to find some details about your account, you're going to find them behind these three little lines right here. So let's go back across the top bar one more time, and your library is where everything lives. Everything that you've ever uploaded into your account is in your library, whether it's photos, slides, videos, projects that you've created, all of it lives there. And you do have a lot of options for organizing it. You can order it by the date it was taken to see the newest things that were uploaded, which I absolutely love to see what pictures my husband has taken when I'm not around. Spends a lot of time with Micah, our 6-year-old grandson. But some people are trying to see what's my oldest stuff? What do I have in here? Where's my oldest first? And so I can flip it to that view as well. And the date right now looks really confusing because the dates on these weren't changed yet, but these are all slides that were uploaded from the early 60s. I can filter in here. That also makes it a little bit easier to find things. You can filter by year. And then within that year, you can filter by month. And so then it's only going to show you the things that were taken in August. But even further than that, we can break it down again. We can look at just the photos, just videos, audios, projects, documents. We can also look at what has not been added to an album yet, because that tells me it doesn't have a home. It's just hanging out in a big pile in the library. We want to shelve those photos and those documents and all of those other things into the right place where they should live. So a great check is to click on not in any album and then see what you still have. And as you'll notice, not much changed here because I haven't worked on my August pictures yet. I know the month is almost gone. I should really get on top of that. But it really helps you to sort and break down that huge, overwhelming amount of stuff that you might have in there. So the library view is a great resource because everything is there, but it's also probably not the best way to view what you have. The best way to view is going to be in your albums, and your albums can be organized sequencing chronologically, and then creating specialty albums within those years or decades. You might also notice that albums can be titled many different things, and they can be in different levels of privacy. And that's going to be relevant today as well. So an album can be private. It can be one that you're not sharing with anyone. Currently, I'm sharing one picture of this private album with you. But these are the photos that only the owner can see. Even if you're sharing with friends and family, they cannot see your private albums. So if you have an album into which you have put important documents, I think I have one titled something like that here, info album, and it's got pictures of like specialty batteries for different machines, but it also might have a copy of a driver's license or a power of attorney for healthcare, or even a will. As we watch people deal with floods and fires and tornadoes and multiple hurricanes, I mean, what is this? You may choose to put a copy of all those really important papers into a private album in your Forever account, so that should you not be able to go home tonight, you have a copy of those with you anywhere that you have internet access. And then you may choose to have some albums that are completely public, and that would be albums that don't require a Forever account to search them. You would be able to go in and search for some of those. When would you see us using that? We encourage that with our churches, our historical societies, our Chamber of Commerce, and also with individuals that may have collections of military photos that and have opportunity to see pictures of their loved ones. So if you have military photos, we're going to encourage you to put that into a public album. We've also talked about tags, and tags are where you can start giving meaning and detail to each one of the photos in your collection, and your tag list can be unending, but I encourage you to start simple and be consistent. We talked about the idea that women should have their maiden name included in their tag, because we know that's one last name that's not going to change most likely. But you can certainly add that just in parentheses and add married names after. But the idea is that you don't want to identify someone just with John or Jim or baby or the ever-present mom. Of course, I had an album called Mom, and we worked on some of those last time with getting tags to be updated to be more accurate and to cut down on overlapping tags, so that each person in your life, they may have more than one tag for a variety of reasons, but typically they have one main tag. And we looked at how you can change tags and how easy it is to combine them. So spend some time with last week's YouTube video if you want to learn more about tags. The last thing I'll say about this is, after you've tagged your photos, you can then choose all of the photos under one tag and select all of these together and create an album with that person's name. So now if someone wants to see just the pictures of my godmother, I would have it in a single album for them to be able to see if I created that. And that's a great way to really give families an opportunity to pull it all together. So that was tags. We're going to skip over print projects, because one of the biggest things, because it's both easy and complicated, and I'd like to spend a lot of time on that. And that may be our entire session next week, is print projects. And I might be able to make a couple things while we're talking. So that'd be really fun for me. But what we're going to talk about today is two categories that can be a little bit confusing and are so crucial in creating your family net of people that all have access to your Forever account and those photos that are part of your family heritage. And that category is this one right here, called Friends and Family. And what it sometimes gets mixed up with, which is over on your little drop down in the hamburger over here, called refer a friend. So we're actually going to start over here on the side on refer a friend. Refer a friend is an opportunity for you to share the concept of starting a Forever account for free for your friend, and giving them 2 gigabytes of storage, just like you may have started with, and also giving them the opportunity to have that $15 gift card. When you share Forever, by inviting your friends or family or coworkers or whomever it might be to start a Forever account, they receive that $15 gift card if they confirm their account by checking that email. And you also receive a $15 gift card. Now that can be a really wonderful way for you to bank up a few dollars to place an order with a print project, or maybe ordering storage or whatever you might need. So this is simply inviting people to Forever. It has nothing to do with them seeing your photos or being connected to you in any other way, except you were the one that invited them. Consequently, you are the one that got this extra $15 coupon code. So you can go ahead go and invite people to check it out that you know need to do something with your photos. If you are on our newsletter list, you will have received our e-news today, and the headline of that talked about the flood at my business partner Molly's house. And I just can't explain what it was like around here last week when Molly experienced 6 inches of rain in less than 2 hours at her home. And her house just was not, her septic system and her sump pump and all of that was just not prepared to handle, not septic, just sump pump, was not prepared to handle that. And so you can see from the photos from our newsletter that carpets had to be ripped out. But the thing that was able to give her peace of mind is knowing there were no treasured photos or documents on the floor down there. There wasn't that cardboard box that came from Grandma and Grandpa that has been moved around from house to house that you're going to get to someday, but hasn't been addressed. So if you know someone that lives in the path of the fires right now, of the hurricanes right now, of the potential flooding, or anywhere in Wisconsin with the tornado potentials, these are really important times to get them to have a secure place for their photos. Maybe you work in a small business and you know that the business owner has important pictures about that business and its founding. They too should be using a Forever account for that. And finally, I know that a lot of us have gone digital for a lot of things. The password lists that we are managing these days are quite unbelievable. But if your photos are part of what's currently living on your computer, and when I ask you and you say, where else do they live? If you tell me they live on an external hard drive that's connected to your computer, I'm not at peace with that for 2 reasons. One, both your photo sources are living in the same place. So if anything happens to your house, if you can't go home today, you had them backed up, but they were in the same spot. So they are extremely vulnerable. And 2, we know that it's not just computers that get viruses. External hard drives can also be affected. And so what wipes off your computer could also wipe off your external hard drive as well. So a crash could affect both, or a virus could affect both. And I'm not saying this to be doom and gloom or to scare you, but we really would like to work on setting up your accounts and getting your photos protected before the crash, before the flood, before the fire, rather than after. And it's not that we won't try our very best to help you afterwards. And we've recovered some amazing things for people. but it's a whole lot harder and it's typically a whole lot more expensive. So think about where outside your home your photos and precious documents are currently being protected. And if you know people that need to do that, that's why you would invite them to start their own free account. Now, all you would do with this is enter email addresses right here and send invites, and that could go directly from Forever. Now, the problem with that is if you haven't talked to them ahead of time or they're not expecting it, I'm pretty sure they will feel like I do about emails that they receive that they weren't looking for. Typically, we've considered them spam. And I don't need another offer from someone that I don't know about something I don't have any interest in. I didn't ask for it. So if you send an email directly from Forever, just by entering email addresses right here. So if I sent one to my home address and sent an invite, that's great. And that's a really simple, like no-brainer step, but just be aware that that may not actually help them if they weren't looking for it. So talk to people first if you're going to do that. If you want to send them to a group all at once, or if you want to send them to someone you're talking to on Facebook Messenger, or if you want to host an event with Forever and you're going to have, a Facebook party like everyone is doing these days, you can actually share your link. And this link right here, this long, complicated looking thing, is your link that will give you credit when someone starts an account. So you can copy this link just like this. It says success. It was copied to the clipboard. And then I can go to Facebook Messenger. We'll see what it pulls up here. It worked before. I'm just going to tell you. It would be really nice if it opens my Facebook Messenger. I kept Facebook open up here for a reason, to see if I could get it to go. But the idea is that I would be able to then paste it right into my Facebook message. And it just looks like it's going to spin for a little bit here. But if I'm having a conversation with someone on Facebook and we've gone to take it to a private conversation, that's how I would do that, is go to Messenger. And I wouldn't have to wait for this window to pop up. I could go up here to Facebook and click on Messenger and send it through there. Or maybe you're having the conversation on your phone, and that's a little bit more complicated, because to get to this screen right here, this invite your friends and family, requires that you sign into your account on the web browser, not just the app. If you try to do it through the app, you're going to wonder where this went. You won't be able to find it, and you'll be very frustrated with me. So I'm going to tell you to go ahead and set this up through your web browser, so through a computer, or signing in on your computer. All right, I'm going to close this because we're not going to send a fake invite to anyone. And I really don't want to navigate away from this screen, because every once in a while the combination of Zoom and YouTube gets a little confused when I do that. And I'm really not up for confusion tonight. It is Monday after all. So you have thought about the list of people you'd like to invite, and you're also kind of going in your mind, wow, if there's a sale, which there usually is on Forever, and I don't really want to mention specific sales on these trainings because they're going to be different, and I don't want you to feel bad if you missed one, but up on your screen, if you're in your own Forever account, you're going to see this little deals icon, and this deals thing is always in a different color, so it really stands out. And if I clicked on deals here, it would tell you everything that is on special right now on Forever, including a great deal on storage. So you may want to check that out. So you start thinking, if I invite all of my coworkers, or at least send them the information about it, I could talk to them tomorrow about it at work, through the masks, 6 feet apart, and one by one, however that's going to work. But you can say, I love this. This has been the best thing ever for organizing my photos, and I know they're safe. And now I've got them off my phone because they're backed up and forever. And I know you have problems with your phone. Can I send you a link? It doesn't cost you anything. And in fact, you'll get a $15 coupon for just taking a look at it. Most people are going to be okay with that idea. And if they do click on that, confirm your email, you will get a $15 coupon as well, and you will have 60 days to use that coupon. Now, it's $15. That's great. That is actually more than half the price of a small book. It is about the price of an ornament. It is a little piece of storage. So there's a lot of things that you could apply it to. But maybe you sent it to 2 people, now you have $30. Well, now you can pay for your first printed book and it's included. How nice is that? Well, maybe you sent it to 10 people, now you have $150. And while it is a bit of a pain to enter those coupons in one by one, you can take $150 off your order. So I really encourage you to think about who needs Forever, both for yourself personally, in your family circle, as well as coworkers, friends, and, maybe even the mailman. I don't know, but I will tell you that our UPS man is one of our clients here. So if you're someone that likes to talk about what you do, then you'll find plenty of people that you want to share this with. As a side note, if you find that this is really fun, you really love this, and sharing this with other people is something that you could see yourself doing as kind of a side job, we can talk about that as well. I don't promote the ambassador opportunity that much because I don't like to be salesy. But I do want you to know that it is a great option for people that love photos and love sharing the photo opportunity. So if we want to talk more about that, you know how to reach me at annm@pixologieinc.com or leave a comment on the YouTube and I will get back to you. Now, we have invited a bunch of people. And they may or may not confirm. That's kind of on them. That's wonderful. But you've also invited your mom and your sister and your Aunt Jo. And so they sign up for their free account. And now they say, hey, Ann, I've got this free account. How do I get connected to see your pictures? So that's the next step that we're going to talk about. So we are going to go back to getting back to our main screen. And you see right here that we've lost that blue toolbar, which is always frustrating. So you want to go to your 3 little lines on the side. And we're going to go back to the albums view because that's what I like. But we're going to talk about friends and family. So stick with me. One other thing I need to mention about your refer a friend. For someone and they accept, they will also be connected not just to giving the $15 gift card to you, they will be connected to Pixologie, so to myself and Molly as their Forever ambassadors. We will be the ones that will help them with their accounts and getting their things going. So it is, you're sharing us with them as well. We do not receive any money from that unless they do make purchases, and that's okay. We're just here to be part of your team. All right, so we went back to the albums view, and you can see in this albums view, I have a lot of albums here that are meant to be shared with friends and family. But how do they get here to see it? Well, right up here is the Friends and Family tab, and we're going to click on that right now. When I want to find someone that I think might have a Forever account, I can click on this Friends and Family tab and go and search for people that I might have invited or people that I think may have an account. I'm trying to think of someone that I might have invited that is not currently connected to me. Let's try. All right, here's a perfect example. So I started with Jody. Look how many Jodys there are. Isn't that kind of sad? So my sister-in-law Jody could be one of these J's, but I don't know. So I look through here and yeah, not seeing. So, okay, let's keep adding more to this. So I'm going to go and search for Jody Matuszak. And let's see. Oh, and right here, I've already sent a friend request to her, but she does only have her initials. At least she has her full name there. So that's how you can search for someone that you think might have an account that you're looking to be connected with. All right, so I wanted to look for one of the St. John's churches. Again, here's where we run into an issue. Now, if this were the church I was looking for, that would be great because they have a picture. But what if it's one of these two? I don't know. So I'm going to click on the here to view their profile. And they have an address list. So, and it's public. So I guess I could click on it and see if it has any of the names of the people I'm looking for. Nope, this is in Madison. That's not the church I was looking for. So now I'm going to go back out. So you see the value of having, hold on, I need to get all the way back out. We're going to go back here and we're going to look for St. John's again. So you can see the value of having a photo or something in your profile picture that helps to identify you. All right, so now I don't know which one of these I already clicked on. So let's try the second one. Yep, that wasn't it. Back to friends and family. Let's try the first one. Nothing there, so I don't know if that's it or not. And then I think there was another St. John's. Let's just try St. John. We get there, nothing there either. So if I knew that the church I was searching for had an account and that I first back here, how to make your account mad. So right now, these are all the friends and family that I have here. You can have a huge list, you could have a small list. It really doesn't matter. These are the people that either I am connected with so that I can see their photos, or for some of them, I am an account manager for them, or they are an account manager for me. So my son is an account manager for me. That means, so account manager was something, we'll get back to that in a second. So let's just stick with friends and family for a minute. These are all people that have the ability to see my photos that are friends and family. And I have the ability to see their photos that are friends and family as well. So if I want to go here, yeah, let's pick someone I'm not an account manager for. Let's go to Marie and Travis. In here, I can see all of their friends and family albums. I can't do anything with them as far as, oh, I want to add the name to this person. I can't do that because I am not their account manager. I can't edit their pictures. But what I can do is, if this were one of someone that I wanted to keep this picture of Marie's little sister, I could copy it to my library. I could download it to have it stored on my computer, but I don't want to do either of them. Or I can just go into a slideshow and just view these pictures of my friend's childhood as she grew up. So very cool to be able to have access to some of these photos. Now, all right, we're going to keep going back until we get out of Marie and Travis. And so if you find yourself in a loop going back and forth here, we want to leave from here and we want to go back to our own things. And this bar is back in your own album. So here's where I'd go back to friends and family and see that, you know, one of your friends has signed up. they do have a free account, but they haven't connected to you yet. Maybe you want the ability to see their pictures, or you want them to see yours. This invitation here is within Forever. So this is not inviting them to join Forever. This is inviting them to share photos with you or to be able to view your photos. So when you invite here, oh yeah, you can do the external invite here as well. So when you do this, this is the same type of invitation right there. But here's where you're searching, and here's where you send a request to someone to see if you can see who you've requested to join you. So you'd search for your friend or your family member right here. You can look at all the John people that we have there. But I could go down here. Actually, he doesn't. I'd be so happy because he would be right there. But any of these people you can add to your friends and family. And if you make a mistake and you realize, oh, that is not who I wanted, you can go and look at your sent requests and say, oh, oops, that was a wrong one. And you can cancel it. So there's no harm done if you invite the wrong person. So this is what the process would be for your family as well. So when you invite your Aunt Jo and she sets up her free account, you say, okay, Aunt Jo, go look for me, and then she's going to type in your name and request to be your friend. When you request to be someone's friend, a little red dot will show up right here on friends and family. So when you see that, that will show up both on your computer screen in your friends and family, and on your phone as well. You'll get a notice that says you have a friend request. And when you confirm that you then have the ability to see each other's friends and family albums. So kind of a long explanation, but hopefully that helps. So getting someone to join Forever with a free account is step one. Connecting them to your account is step two. So you have the ability to invite them to Forever without inviting to your account, but you can't really do it the other way around. They have to be invited to Forever to really view your account. However, maybe there's someone that you just want to share a single picture with, and you really don't want them to be a part of your account. You don't want to share any of this with. Maybe I just want to send this picture right here to someone. I can do that. I can choose to send this picture out to Laura simply by clicking on the share button right up here. And that is how you share a photo with someone who is not in Forever and you're not planning on inviting them to be part of your Forever account. I can hit share and I can copy the link. I can send it via email. I can post it on Facebook. I can send it via Messenger. Anyone with this link can view and download this photo, this file. So I want to make sure this is a file I want to give away or share with someone, because they will have full access to that particular image. I could actually do the same thing with an entire album, where I can click on, let's see, I think I have to go to the album first. There we go. I can go to an album and I can click share, and that will allow people to see that album. And I can give them permission to add pictures to an album. That's going to be a whole nother topic. So right now we're just talking about sharing albums for people to see. Now I mentioned in this friends and family category that some of these were green. These were people that we were just seeing each other's pictures. Others were blue, and it meant they were my account manager or I was their account manager. So what does that mean? Back to our little 3 lines, our hamburger on the side here. We're going to click on those 3 lines and we're going to go to account settings. Now, account settings have less detail that is editable when you have not paid for your account yet. So everyone has an email address, everyone has a password, everyone can choose preferences. So I'm notified if someone adds pictures to their Forever account, if they're in my family or my group. I'm going to close that because I don't need more notifications on my phone. I can choose to add metadata, a whole nother topic to cover. And I can choose what page we land in when we sign up. And so, like I said, most people, the default is library, which I hate. The albums are the most common, and I use profile just because of a teaching tool. And then we also have the ability to work with optimization of video, which is, again, a whole nother topic. So this is something everyone can adjust. You get to see who your ambassador is. Who's the person that is helping you manage your accounts? In this case, it's Pixologie. And the email, the phone number, and different places that you can find information and communicate with us. You do have the right to change your ambassador. And so if you would become one yourself, clearly you'd be changing this to you. But maybe your sister-in-law becomes an ambassador and you want to work with her, or maybe not, I don't know. But this tells you who you're working with in your account. In your storage area, this tells you how much you have, how much is left, and how to add storage. And then preservation settings. This is the point where we start talking about who ambassadors might be. And it talks about how to control your legacy. And this is where I would see who's going to be my ambassador for after I'm gone. Think of your main ambassador kind of like the executor of your estate. They're the person that will continue to manage your Forever account according to your wishes that you have put in this category right here. And there's a great video from Glenn that talks about the fact that the purpose of Forever and this ongoing control of your legacy is that you maintain the control of your account 100 years after you're gone. If you want to make sure that your private albums stay private forever, you can say, I never want them to be shared with anyone else. And that is so totally appropriate. Maybe you've got secret photo albums that you want to share, but you're going to wait till 10 years after you're gone. You can choose that. So all of these things are settings that your administrator will follow based on what you have put in this section. Your administrator does not have your password. They have their own account, and they are not going to be replacing you in making all the changes that they want to do to your album. In fact, your administrators are specifically set up to be able to add tags, help reorganize or shift certain things, but only within your parameters. But the one thing an ambassador and administrator cannot do is they cannot delete or remove photos from your account. And the reason for that is some people said, oh, that's so frustrating. I would love to have my daughter just be able to clean these all out. And can I just give her my password and let her do that? Well, you certainly can if you have that kind of relationship with the person that you're asking to do this. Keep in mind that giving someone carte blanche over your account is a kind of a risky proposition. There's certainly a time in life, and he would find this pretty funny, that my son Andrew would not be an account manager for me. He would have gone through and, depending on which sister he was fighting with, deleted all of their photos out of my account. I'm not kidding. So you want to make sure that the people you're choosing as account administrators are people that your account managers are people that are going to help fulfill your vision of your family photo archive. And I just really encourage caution in considering giving someone your password and just letting them go in and have carte blanche. Now, here at Pixologie, we do get people's passwords. We never share them with anyone else. And the reason we get your passwords when we first start working with you is that you may have us doing some uploading of photos for you. And to do that, we need to be you. So it gives us the ability to get them uploaded properly and in the correct albums and things like that. And we also tell people as soon as we're done with that part of our relationship, you are welcome to change your password. We don't need ongoing access to go in and do stuff. We don't have the time anyway, but you don't need to let us do that. Now I want to show you what it looks like when I go into an account that I am their manager. And here's the St. Luke's Auxiliary and Preservation Committee, and I'm an account manager for them. So when I click on their profile, you will see their description and this phrase here, I am their account manager, and I can click on manage this account. When I do that, a red line appears across the top of the page, and it says logged in as your name, but acting on behalf of the account that I'm in. And what that means is that while I am in this account, I can do things that are helpful to the account. So I can go into a section of the account and I could go ahead and add a tag. I can edit the information. I can change the dates, I can add descriptions, I can do all of these kind of things. What I cannot do, as you see in the toolbar right here across the top of the page, there is no trash can. I cannot delete the photo. So you're wondering, well, wouldn't it be nice if my administrator could delete photos? Would that be helpful to me? Maybe it would. So here's how you would do that. If I wanted to create a collection of pictures that I thought really didn't need to be in this account, I could go ahead and I can go to albums and I can create a new album. And that new album could be entitled Discard. And then I would probably put the date created so that we know when this was started. And I would probably keep this private so that only the other administrators and the owners of the account could see it, because I don't really need to put that out publicly. We're going to get rid of this group of pictures here. That just doesn't benefit anyone's life. And so I could create this, and then I could go ahead and move files into this album or share to this album. I could add files from the library, or even more easily, I could add them from different albums. The other thing I could do is create, so now here's where we go. So here's that discard album. So I could go into one of these other albums and move things in there that I thought didn't need to be kept. And then the owner could review that and make a decision on whether they wanted those to be discarded or not. And if they did, they would be able to just discard right from there. If I didn't want to create a full album that way, I find that really easy and it's very visual. But that also means I may have moved pictures out of albums that the owner did not want moved. And that would be really frustrating, right? If you didn't want me to move something and I decided to create this discard album, that would be pretty exasperating. I don't know if I can delete the album. I can delete the album that I created. So that's kind of interesting. But the easier way for some people so that it doesn't mess up everything else that's already done is to create a tag that says new tag, discard suggestions. And then again, I would put the date so that we know that this was current, that I just did this. And then we would have this tag to add. And so that I can just go through the albums and I can add that tag to places where I think they should be discarded. And then again, it would be up to the owner to decide if they wanted things discarded. I can only delete what I do, so I'm going to delete that tag. And I'm wondering, I'm just checking to see if there's any questions on that. It doesn't look like there are. So, okay, we're just going to keep going from there. But if I want to go back to my own account, I can go up here, and I have to move this over just a tad because right now we can't see, but over here it says stop managing St. Luke's, and I'm going to hit stop managing, and now I'm back to being just me. So that is what's really neat. If you have a family archive that you've created and the pictures were scanned at Forever, or they were scanned here at Pixologie, and we've uploaded them into an account, and your family is scattered across the country or maybe even across the globe, as some of my cousins are now living internationally. It's kind of exciting, but it's really neat for them to still feel connected. So they can be an account manager, and they can help curate your account. They can help add the tags, add the information, share details, put dates in, and really help make this account something that has a lot of meaning and usefulness to it. So, talking a lot today about friends and family and what your account manager can do for you and do with you. And I think next time we'll tackle collaborative albums a little bit and get into those print projects, which is a lot of fun. I need to complete a couple print projects yet this month. So I'm going to be busy working on them, and either there'll be something I show you next week, or we'll be trying something new. Maybe I'll be all finished. So this is week 3. We've really worked our way across this entire blue toolbar, but we're going to go back and spend some time next week on print projects. And that is kind of where the magic happens, where you and share not just an entire archive of hopefully very organized and tagged pictures, but specific projects that help really highlight the things that you love about your family photos. So until next week, this is Ann Matuszak with Pixologie, and I look forward to answering any questions that you have about your Forever account, how to create it, or what we can do to help you with it. One last thing, this week and next week, I'm going to be taking names from people that might want us to go in and demo their account live, where you can invite all of your relatives, all of your friends and family, so that they can actually watch the video, and your account will be the one that we're going to work through and work on albums, work on tagging, take some suggestions from you, give some suggestions to you on ways to organize it. So if you are interested in that, being considered as one of our demo accounts, please let me know either in the notes of this YouTube video or on Facebook, or contact me directly at AnnM, ANNM, at pixologieinc.com. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again soon.